Over the past decade or so, small SUVs have seen a huge rise in popularity, with multiple brands launching their own high-rising crossovers in recent years. While late to the party, Kia has now joined the fray with the Seltos, which is set to take on the likes of the popular Mitsubishi ASX and Nissan Qashqai. Kia is promising technology, practicality and value with the Seltos, but how does it stack up against the competition? Let's find out. The Seltos joins the small SUV segment as one of the larger offerings on the market, competing size-wise with the likes of the Nissan Qashqai and Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. As such, its interior dimensions are particularly generous for a small SUV, with head and legroom ample for front and rear passengers, and a generous 433 litres of boot space on offer. The entry-level S-Grade has an even larger 498 litres of luggage space, with the removal of a full-size alloy spare wheel. Pricing for the Seltos range kicks off at $25,990 drive away for the base level S and tops out at $41,990 for the range-topping GT line. Two engines are on offer in the Seltos, starting with a 2-litre, 4-cylinder petrol engine mated to a continuously variable automatic transmission, producing 110 kilowatts of power and 180 Newton meters of torque. While we're not usually fans of CVTs, the unit in the Seltos helps make the most of the engine's outputs and contributes to the low official fuel consumption figure of 6.8 litres per 100 kilometres. The more powerful engine available on the Sport Plus and GT line is a 1.6-litre turbocharged engine producing 130 kilowatts and 265 Newton meters with a 7-speed dual-clutch auto and all-wheel drive. The turbo engine's extra torque is instantly noticeable. However, the performance upgrade is not so stark that you feel like the more expensive engine is a necessary option. Like other Kia and Hyundai models, the Seltos is subject to an Australian-specific ride and handling tune, which helps it deal with our harsh roads. This results in a comfortable and compliant suspension setup, particularly on all-wheel drive models, which score a multi-link independent rear suspension, whereas front drive variants have a more basic torsion beam setup. Neither setup can really be described as dynamic, with both feeling a little top-heavy around corners. The larger exterior dimensions are a positive feature overall, however they blunt the car's performance in the twisty stuff. Noise, vibration and harshness levels are generally commendable for an affordable SUV. However, the 18-inch wheels on the GT line do bring some unwanted tyre roar and rattles into the cabin. Sitting in the cabin, the Seltos is a comfortable place to be with a well laid out interior and a generously sized 10.25-inch touchscreen on all variants bar the S. Ushering in the latest iteration of Kia's multimedia system, the touchscreen is easy to use and fairly intuitive with a range of buttons and dials on hand for assistance. GT line versions also swap out the 3.5-inch black and white instrument cluster display with a full 7-inch digital cluster, an impressive feature for a small SUV that is complemented by other high-end features like heated and ventilated seats, a sunroof and an 8-speaker Bose audio system. Other variants are still fairly well spec'd, with the Sport Plus hitting the sweet spot of price and equipment. After taking so long to get an entrant into the small SUV segment, Kia should be happy with how the Seltos has turned out. It offers strong value and its generous interior dimensions make it a practical and usable vehicle that can genuinely call itself an SUV and not just a jacked up hatch. The Seltos is a hugely important model for Kia and should add some valuable volume to its overall sales tally. To read more of our thoughts on the Seltos, head to GoAuto.com.au.